In the world of Bible prophecy, the focus is often on wars and rumors of wars. But there is another enemy that doesn't get nearly the same press, but is just as deadly and more sinister. This enemy is hard to anticipate as it seems to come out of nowhere. Yahshua the Messiah prophesied that worldwide pandemics would plague our planet in the days leading up to his return. Yahshua prophesied in Matthew 24:12 that in the last days of man's dominion, serious plagues of disease would increase because of a world sick with sin. He warned in Matthew 24:7, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." Pestilence means any deadly infectious malady. Yahshua's prophecy ties in with his pale horse scenario of Revelation chapter 6 and verse 8.
"And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat upon him was Death, and the grave followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth."
The pale horse represents disease. Prophesied is that a quarter of the earth's population in the last days will die from disease pandemics and starvation. But note the connection to beasts. This means more than direct attacks by ferocious animals, as hunger and death are typically a result of sickness. Where is the link between animals and disease? Studies show that most flu viruses originate in certain animals from the Orient, typically China and Southeast Asia. When the scriptures talk about deadly diseases, those need not be brand new pathogens either. They can also be mutations of existing viruses. A characteristic of viruses is their ability to mutate or change. Viruses are hijackers and parasites. They do their sinister work by inserting their genetic material into a healthy cell, deactivating the cell's natural DNA or RNA, and replacing it with the pathogen's own genetic instructions. Having been commandeered by the virus, the cell's machinery now cranks out new duplicate viruses. The sheer numbers of those viruses grow exponentially. The nasty little organisms have other abilities as well. Coronaviruses from various animals can swap genes. That creates a bigger problem. An animal virus invades a human cell through a receptor or gateway. Humans have cell receptors similar to bats, which are known characters of the coronavirus with 99% compatibility as hosts. The coronavirus outbreak was reportedly traced to a large Chinese seafood market which also sold processed meats. Those meats included poultry, donkeys, sheep, pigs, camels, foxes, badgers, rats, hedgehogs, and reptiles. Reports say that the coronavirus originated in an animal sold at that market, perhaps a bat or snake. Not only do Chinese eat these creatures, along with rats, dogs, donkeys, oysters, and shrimp, but they sometimes eat such unclean meats raw. The coronavirus is zoonotic, meaning it can be passed from animals to humans rather easily. Another theory says that the coronavirus came from experimentation in a Chinese laboratory. Well, that may never be confirmed, but we do know that flu viruses typically originate in animals and then are passed on to humans. And many of those animals are not scripturally clean. As our maker and designer, Yahweh Almighty gave us his dietary laws for a reason. To protect us, he commanded that only certain meats be consumed. The clean food laws of Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy 14 are designed to keep us not just undefiled spiritually, but healthy as well. We know about unsafe metals like zinc, cadmium, and lead concentrated in the flesh of bottom-dwelling ocean creatures like oysters, lobsters, clams, shrimp, and mussels. All of these are outlawed as food in the Bible, for good reason. But there is the viral danger as well, posed by meats defined as unclean in the scriptures. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 43 says, You shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creeps, neither shall you make yourselves unclean with them, that you should be defiled, meaning foul or contaminated thereby. For I am Yahweh your Elohim. You shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and you shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall you defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. We face consequences when we break Yahweh's laws, including clean food laws, and that includes viral diseases. The physical-spiritual parallel is clear as well. In a metaphorical sense, sins spread just like viruses, commandeering hosts and inserting sinful thoughts into those who are receptive. Dominated by sin, they then go on to affect and infect others with the same behavior, and the cycle continues. Yahshua said in Mark chapter 7, verse 21, "For from within, out of the heart of men, come sinful actions. If you are receptive to it, sin will bind to you and change you from the inside." Beware of the dangers lurking not only in unclean foods, but also in impure thoughts and sinful actions. Both can be very destructive. Well, thank you for joining us, and may Yahweh bless you.
Hey, Lucas here at the YRN Production Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the logo over on the right. Also, ring that bell icon so that you're notified every time we upload a new teaching. And lastly, don't forget to download the YRN mobile app. It's free and full of content. If you love the Bible like we do, you won't want to miss it. And as always, thank you so much for watching.